This is To the Rescue Authentic Networking, and I'm Jennifer Johnson, Executive Director of TTR Networking and Relationship Marketing Coach. This show is all about authentic business networking know-how, relationship building, and the success strategies used by our members to grow their businesses and to give back to local nonprofits. Be sure to stay up to date. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Be sure to click the bell to get the notifications. Oh, yeah, and please visit our website, ttrnetworking.com. We are TTR Networking. We're industry-exclusive networking groups. We meet weekly to share easy relationship marketing tools, fun, entertaining, and informative events and fundraising. We are so glad you're here. Now on with the show.
Welcome to the Rescue Authentic Networking. I'm Nicole Williams, along with my co-host Jennifer Johnson and Don Evans Casey. We are so glad you are here today. We want to give a shout out to Send Out Cards. It's a wonderful business that helps us give a tangible touch to family, customers, acquaintances. I have we talk about this all the time, and I have a few examples. This, I don't know if you can see it, is just like a thinking of you card.
Yeah.
And it's really cool because you can add coloring page, and so we've got that.
Oh.
And the funny thing is the fun thing is you can personalize them. This one is a really popular one. I get a lot of compliments, and it's got a crossword puzzle, little heartfelt message. Best wishes. One of my friends went to a new job with the coronavirus stuff. We didn't get to say goodbye, so I kind of sent her a little card, and you can add a Mimi.
Yeah.
And then this is one of my nieces from several years ago. We were being silly, and then my youngest, who's now older, wrote her a little note and sent it to her. So anyway, so that's just fun. If you guys want to send a free card on us, we are at sendoutcards.com/thankful single mama. And let's see, you can also find more information about us at ttrnetworking.com. Jennifer, how are you today?
I'm good. It's so neat to see those cards that that was really cool. I think until somebody actually gets one, they don't know. So they need to go and send one. They need to send one.
It's great. It's so much fun. You get the app on the phone, you get it for a desktop. It's just 1, 2, 3 on me, and it mails it for you, puts postage. And
wow, that's really cool. Yeah, I know all about send cards. Things are good. Things are really good, and it's getting prettier outside, but this whole pandemic thing is really, we're just praying for people. And I know that there are, our guest today, which I'll bring him in just a minute, but some businesses are thriving, some businesses are not. And for those that are not, we pray for everybody that this will be over quickly. But actually, I think, let's see, how are you? What's going on with you besides all those beautiful parts?
The same, working from home. My girls doing e-learning. So it's really cool. They have e-learning on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So it's Mondays and Fridays they don't have it, but they pack everything into those days.
So they're busy.
It's interesting.
They're busy.
So I'm kind of a helper.
Wow.
And I wanted to ask if you all caught the Lady Gaga's One World at Home live event this past Saturday. She had so many people on there, from singers to comedians. That was really cool. Just a way to celebrate helping others. So Dawn, how are you doing?
I'm great. It is a beautiful day outside, and I know that a lot of folks wish they could get out there and enjoy it. So I'm bringing a little bit of the beautiful indoors with me with my background today.
We're all sitting here, and she's got a big old palm tree behind her. I think she's enjoying her. Yeah, I know that's a virtual background, but that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm ready to get out myself. I am.
you are.
And I'm looking forward to helping folks when the shelter in place is lifted. I'm ready to help folks to get away as well, whether they want to do just an overnight, a weekend, or you know, travel further and enjoy outdoor beauty and just getting reconnected with people. I'm looking forward to it and looking forward to helping people do it safely and within budget, and just to be able to get their spirits rejuvenated and focused on what the new normal will be following this pandemic. So we're very optimistic that we'll get through this together, and you know, learning lessons, and come through happy and healthy. So
Definitely.
that's what's going on with me.
Cool. Well, you know what? Our guest today, talking about bringing people together and doing things that are connecting and you know, the new normal. I can't imagine that we wouldn't have some part of this. I mean, this whole thing that Ryan Thomas is here with he's the director of business development for marketwagon.com. Happens to be a member of one of our groups as well. So that's cool that we get to talk to him about being a member as well. But, you know, you are doing unbelievable stuff, right? With marketwagon.com. I mean, tell us what it is. Can you? Well,
sure.
Welcome to you for being.
Welcome.
Yeah. No, thank you, Jennifer, Nicole, and Dawn. Thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate it, and yeah, we are definitely things have changed for us in the last 4 weeks, and I try not to. You mentioned in the beginning how, you know, a lot of businesses are struggling, which no doubt. I mean, you see it as you drive down the road, and lots are empty, and unemployment is skyrocketing, and so I try. It's kind of a weird space to be in, because we're on the opposite end of that spectrum, and we have just exploded. And so it's, you know, it won't last forever, but it is exciting times now for us. But you try not to get too excited, because you do know your neighbor next door, literally the company we share a building with, they have laid their employees off, and they're not, you know, no one's working. So there is a reality to it all. So
right. Well, tell us what marketwagon.com is, because I think we all know, but obviously our listeners might not. And then tell us, well, we know you're the business development, but the pandemic has been different things. You already just said it's helped you go through the roof, right? But,
right.
You know, just kind of update us on that. But what is marketwagon.com?
Sure. So marketwagon.com is an online farmers market. It is like Amazon and Uber and a physical farmers market. If they had a baby, that baby would be marketwagon.com. That's the best. Someone actually came to me and said that, and they put it all together, and I was like, that's kind of brilliant. So you can kind of put it all together, and that's what we do. So we have 6 locations. We have our Central Indiana location, which is our flagship. We are located in Carmel. And then we have Michiana, Fort Wayne, Evansville, Cincinnati, Ohio, and Columbus, Ohio. And then we will be launching Cleveland, Central Illinois, and Grand Rapids in about the next 60 days or so. So we're signing leases and getting things ramped up with that. So everything is hyper local to the area. So if you shop the Central Indiana site, you're not going to see the same things that are in Cincinnati. Everything is just in time. So when you place an order, it builds up through the week, and then the cutoff for us, if you were ordered from our Thursday market, would be Tuesday at midnight. If you ordered from our Tuesday market, it's Sunday at midnight. We give the farmers and artisans a day to bake and make and put together whatever they need to put together, and then our market day happens. Everything comes in from the vendors. They actually place the items into the totes themselves. And then our drivers then show up, and they have a route, and they know exactly where they need to go, and they zip those totes, put them into their vehicle, and it shows up on your doorstep.
How cool is that? mean, really, how cool is that? Yeah, I think I was going to say, so really that there's very few touches. It comes right from
Correct.
the farmer. They put it in the thing, and
Yep.
then it's dropped on your door, right? At your door.
That's correct. Yeah, it's going to be the farmer or artisan. They're going to be the person that makes or grows or whatever your item that you purchased, and it's anything from milk, eggs, cheese, produce. You can even get candles. I think in our Central Indiana hub, we're at about 3,000 items that you can shop. All of them are local, and then there are some crazy things like we have rice. It's we have rice on our website. I'm baffled. I'm actually, to be perfectly honest, I'm not the shopper of the family. Even at Market Wagon, I help run the company, but I don't. Our shopping on the site basically consists of my wife saying, "Hey, what would you like this week?" And I'm like, "Well, the normal things I like." And then she orders a bunch of stuff, and then I get our tote. And it's kind of exciting for me because I'm like, "Ooh, what did she order this week?" And then I open it up, and yesterday she ordered everything bagels was in our tote. So this tote was sitting on my desk all day, and my entire office smelled like everything bagels. And I was like, this is torture.
Yeah, I bet that was great. Nicole, go ahead.
Okay. Yes. Well, Jennifer, a little while back, you sent me a quote from Janine Ripple. Authenticity is the courage to be yourself.
Yeah.
I love that quote. And I wanted to ask Brian, what does authenticity mean to you?
Authenticity means being real. It's being. I think more than just being real. It's just being just kind of putting yourself out there, not hiding anything. Being your true self. Not people. If you lie to someone, or if you try to be sneaky, or if you try to be secretive, like people will find out. So just be a real person. Really, right now, with what we're going through, it's really brought a lot of people into the being authentic, because even celebrities and your late night hosts and you're starting to realize that everyone is human. We're all in the same boat. All four of us, I believe, are in our homes right now doing this. If it were 5 weeks ago, we would probably all be sitting in our office. So it's so it's it's the real thing. I know I cleaned up the room a little bit, but in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, you know what? Hey, there's a perfume bottle or lotion or something that was back there. It's like, it's always there. What am I? Why do I need to hide it now?
Exactly. Well, just throw in there that all of our groups, our meetings, dogs and cats are walking all behind our people. Kids are coming in with one. Most of us are not able to put the virtual background, or if we are, we're not as equipped as Dawn is to.
You haven't figured it out yet.
You haven't figured it out.
Yep.
Exactly. So that's great. That's great. I think Dawn, you have a question?
I do. Ryan, can you share with us how you come across new customers and new clients, how you keep your business, up and going and lively and expanding this idea to new and different people who haven't been exposed to it before?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are a virtual company. Everything we do is online. And so we use other platforms to get the word out. So we use Facebook, Instagram, whatever other social media is out there. We use email marketing, and then we go to a lot of events. We can't do that right now, but we do go to a lot of events, and we make ourselves, we introduce ourselves to people. And also, it's really just engaging on all those platforms. If someone has a comment or someone has a question, then it's the response that we have to that, and keeping it fun. Again, being authentic. We don't want to be a stuffy company. We're real people that work at this company, and so sometimes we might type something up and it has a typo and whatever. That just shows how real we are. And then to keep customers on board, we knock it out with exceptional customer service, and that's been day one. I started out as, I was employee number one. I'm a founding employee, and I was the customer service guy for a long time. And so I set the standard on exceptional customer service. And I've never, ever been involved with some place where you could really screw up. And someone's like, oh, it's okay. It's okay. I understand the mission, but we and it's like, no, it's not okay. We really screwed up. It's okay to be like really mad, but for some reason our customers never really get mad. But I think it's because we have the right kind of response to what's happening, and we always have the let's make it right. Let's do anything and everything we can to make it right, and I think that's how how we keep people on board.
Well, you've done a really good job of. I know you may do all that social media stuff, but I met you at an event that you won our gift card, and then then I came over and learned all about Market Wagon as best I could, and then I invited you to come to our groups, and you may say that I do think your customer service, because I think when we met, I don't know, did you always have free delivery? Tell me how that works. I'm not trying to be goofy here, but I think you have a free delivery thing, don't you? Or
yeah, so there's 3 options right now. 2 of them are kind of on pause, but we have home delivery, which is $5.95.
Okay.
And then we have market host pickup, where those are businesses that are open during the time of our delivery, where you can choose to pick up there for free. So Books and Brews, every single Books and Brews location is a free pickup location. So if you don't want to pay $5.95 and you live, relatively close to Books and Brews, you could choose that as a pickup location. Now, 15 other people probably chose that too. So when you get your text, you would go there and there would be 15 other orders, and you'd find yours and take it with you. And then the third option is our corporate delivery, and that's where we work with large corporations with 100 or more employees, and you can place your order if you work for a company that partners with us, and you can get your order delivered to your work. So at the end of the day, you just take your tote home with you, and that's also a free option. And there's some additional perks with that as well with the corporate delivery.
Okay, cool. All right. Sure. So when I met you, I already said I kind of recruited you, although you did have to do something. I didn't just say, yeah, you're in. You actually had to go visit some of the groups, and now we've moved all of our groups online and everything with that. But do you have, you haven't really been a member that long, although you, I don't know, how many months? Few months, maybe? I don't know. But
I think I've been on board for about 6 months, I believe.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, I guess it's been about 4. Yeah, you're right.
But you
January, right around the event.
You were trying to figure out which group. So do you have, now you've kind of figured out that the Westfield group works for you, I think. And then is there any story you could share about why a group, because you do all this social media marketing and you do all it's an online business. So what has been the benefit, or can you tell a little story or something about TTR that maybe makes sense of why it works that way?
Yeah, absolutely. So I love networking. I love meeting people. Before this, anything that would pop up, if it fits in my schedule, I try to go. I've been in other networking groups before, but TTR, it just actually it kind of molds with my personality. It seems like it's a little more laid back. It's not. I've been in groups where it's very stuffy, and it's like, this is how we do it. This is how we always do it, and it's like, that's not me. When someone comments and they're like, that's not how you talk to somebody in business, I'm like, whatever. So I like the fact that it's that the people that I've met it's more of a laid back. It's more of a people actually understand how networking works, and it doesn't have to be stuffy. And I enjoy that. I did visit I think I initially joined the Fishers location, or the group first.
Yeah.
And that was and with my drive, with our office being located on the west side of Carmel, I realized very quickly that, I try to use what I call window time. So whenever I'm driving, I always try to schedule phone calls and stuff and get those taken care of. But I wasn't quite doing my window time during that time. So I decided that it would be a lot easier for me time-wise if I just joined the Westfield group. And then I think a week after joining the Westfield group, I had all intentions of going in person, and then that didn't happen. So, so I have not met really most of the people in our group in person. It's all been virtual, but I've really enjoyed it, and we still have been able to connect and have one-on-ones, and it's been great.
Right. So the virtual world really does work. It's not impossible by any means. Dawn, I'm sorry. Did you have a question there?
I do. And just with the nature of your business and reaching out and doing so much within communities, providing, local products and services, I'm wondering, I know it's an important tenet of TTR networking that we give back to the community and support local nonprofits. And was wondering if you could share what nonprofits you're particularly interested in, and if there are any programs that your business has utilized to help serve and support the community, your local community.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are, we really love Wheeler Mission. We really love what they do, and especially there's a branch of Wheeler Mission called Restore Creations, where they make candles, and it's a really lovely group. And we've also decided to kind of look nationally too, because we are going to be growing nationally. And I have always been a strong supporter and lover of Make-A-Wish. Yeah. And that goes back to my Disney days when I would see a Make-A-Wish kid come through. Like, yeah. I think I was more excited than they were. And so there's a branch that covers Kentucky, Indiana, and Ohio, and we partnered with Make-A-Wish. So those two groups are near and dear to Market Wagon.
Oh, that's awesome! Actually, that's great.
That sounds great.
Yeah. Go ahead, Nicole. You got a question? I know.
Well, Ryan, if you could just tell us again how our audience can find Market Wagon and how they can place an order. If there's a website, the best way, and then how to contact you if they have more questions or anything.
Absolutely. So we make it super simple. Just marketwagon.com, and then you enter your zip code, and depending on where you're located, it will put you into that market. So if you are located in Fort Wayne, you enter your zip code, you'll be shopping the Fort Wayne market. If you enter, if you're in Southwest Ohio or Evansville or any of our new locations as well, that it'll put you into that market. And then you just shop. There's no commitments. You don't have to sign up for a membership or anything like that. It's just, if you want to go on and purchase a loaf of bread and some eggs, cool, we'll get it to your door. If you want to go on and purchase $500 in groceries, great, go for it. We'll get it to your door. I actually had that question a couple of weeks ago. Someone said, is there a maximum I can order? And I was like, no, go for it. so yeah, marketwagon.com is the easiest way to get to us. And then there are several ways you can contact us. There's a contact us form on the site. That's probably the best way. That way it can get to several people, and someone can get to it accordingly. And then also you can contact, if you have any questions about any item on the website, there's actually an ask the vendor question, and it goes directly to them, and they will respond. So if you have a question about ingredients or how something is grown or anything like that, you can ask the farmer directly, and they will respond to you.
That's a good thing to know. I didn't.
Yeah, I like that.
And of course, marketwagon.com is kind of, if you go to it, but it's nice to know that you put your zip code in and then it connects you with the right. I just think, okay, guys, I know we're out of order here, but Dawn, you can say your question in a minute, but I just think it's really cool because I got to go visit it the one day I was there, and I was like, everybody needs to know this thing is here. I think that's pretty cool. And you did say, Ryan, around that time when I think you and I first met, that there had been you have other hubs, but there had been other farmers markets online, right?
Sure. Yeah, we're not the first. We certainly won't be the last, but we have, I believe we've gotten to the point where we have kind of we're getting close to really figuring out how to get the logistical side and everything down, and we've kind of figured out the formula. So
Cool.
yeah, we welcome everyone. We have competitors that are even in the area right now, that are in the Indy area, and that's fine with us. So we're it's never about, you know, beating someone else. It's about doing the most good for the most people.
Oh, that's awesome. Don, you can
That's awesome.
close it up here with our interview. Go ahead.
Just wondering, Ryan, well, I have a question before I ask. If I saw a unique product in another market, in another zip code, can I order from that zip code and have it delivered to my doorstep?
So unfortunately not. It is hyper local to your area. So if you put in, if you ended up somehow in like the Columbus, that market, and you wanted to order something, it's a logistical thing. So our biggest thing is we want everything to be super duper 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 fresh and super duper duper duper, you know, just we don't want to ruin any integrity. And since we're just using these contracted drivers that are in their vehicles, it would make a lot of sense to have someone drive all the way from Columbus, Ohio to Indiana, and it would just be a little off mission for us because we're all about local, and someone might be like, well, Columbus, Ohio is not local, so that's why we just want to we make sure we have the right mixture, and if there is something that is over there, and we can find an alternative. We always have somebody working on that all the time, as far as building our mixture and bringing more items on.
That's a good point. That's a good question, Don. Good question. Good.
I love that too, because again, that just kind of supports that the stuff coming to me is fresh and local, and I'm happy about that. There's no doubts. So I'm excited about, you know, sharing your business with people that I know who haven't heard from it. Any other final thoughts about any items that you want to share with us to make sure that to share with our audience about your business and how they can utilize it quickly? Yeah.
So, well, without, I guess I can be biased. There are a couple of things that are my personal favorites. And it's no secret. We put an email out every once in a while that's like Ryan's picks, and so, you know, and really everything that's on that list, they are my favorites. And there are a few that are just, I mean, they're go-tos. And one of them, I get a half gallon of milk from Dandy Breeze every single week. It is milk that I grew up when I was a little kid. My grandfather had cows, and I was really, really, really little, so I almost don't remember it. But when my wife and I first moved in together, and we were purchasing the grocery store type milk, and I would pour a glass, and before I would pour a glass, I would shake up the gallon, and she would be like, "Why do you do that?" And then years later, I'm with Market Wagon, and I get this whole milk that the cream rises to the top, and you have to shake it up. And it was like this muscle memory from when I was 4 years old of shaking up of the milk. And so I was like, that's why I shook it up. So yeah, that milk is just it's phenomenal.
It's Dandy Breeze.
Dandy Breeze. Dandy Breeze. They're located in Sheridan.
Okay.
And it is milk just a few hours before it's bottled, and then it's in my refrigerator, which that's mind blowing. And then the eggs from Becker Farms are some of the greatest eggs I've ever eaten. If you crack a store-bought egg and you crack a Becker Farms egg, it's 10,000 times different, and you can tell the difference in taste and everything. So that's probably the two. And then the third item would be anything from Native Bread. I'm not gluten-free, but they are a gluten-free bakery. But I still eat it because it is the most phenomenal artisan bread I've ever tasted in my life. She is incredibly talented. So it's worth it. It's a little pricey for a loaf of bread, but once you get it and you slice off some of it, you'll be like, okay, I get it.
Now I'm hungry. Now I'm really hungry.
Yeah, me too.
I think I gotta go make a sandwich or something. Thank you, Ryan. That's awesome. And the information, that's why I was trying to clarify, it will be in our notes, and we'll just make sure people can find marketwagon.com for sure. Okay, I guess that that was cool. Nicole, what do you got for us then?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm still thinking about the everything bagel.
Yeah, no kidding. That sounds too good to be true. Yeah.
But thank you so much, Ryan, for sharing all that with us today. Dawn, is there anything else you'd like to share with us today?
I just want to share, I hope everybody out there is looking forward to getting beyond the pandemic optimistically,
Right.
making plans for what they're going to do, what their new normal will be, keeping in mind safety and health, and that we maintain this connection with our neighbors, with our families, with others, and hopefully this, a good thing to bring out of this is how important it is to stay connected and help each other through crisis times. So that's my thought for today.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Thank you. Jennifer, do you have a quote for us today?
I do have a quote, but I would just say, Ryan, thank you very much, because I do think,
Thank you.
everything that we have, Dawn was saying, we're going to make it through, but isn't it nice to know that there's great companies like Market Wagon and Ryan out there who are, offering the services that they do and making things so much easier for us all to not have to go out, not have to do those risky things that right now, so many of us are doing, and we shouldn't be, maybe. We can do it through, actually, Market Wagon. I was talking to Ryan the other day because I was on his little Wellness Wednesday, was fun. And I don't know if you actually said it, Ryan, but during our interview, you said something about, I don't know if you said something about the Serenity Prayer. Maybe I just imposed my own, because that is one thing we've talked about a lot on the show, and it started before this pandemic even started. But the Serenity Prayer with God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And I think the other day when we talked on your show, I think you said something, I can't change it. I can only change how I act or respond or how I handle it. And yeah, this was nobody's plan to be in the middle of this thing, but we are. And maybe we're hopefully not too far from being able to travel and everything again. But in the meantime, how do you handle it? Ryan, you would never know that we were in the middle of any, because his demeanor, he's so happy and go lucky, he loves what he does, and it's obvious. And we're so glad that you were able to be on the show, but also that you are here local for people to take advantage of. So thank you very much for being on. I feel, the big thing about this show is we want it to be hopeful. We want everybody to walk away and, even though there are some real sad things happening right now, there's also some really great things. And thank you for being out there with Market Wagon, being on our show today. So that's my quote. I'm taking the Serenity Prayer is going to be a great one for most of these, but it worked really well for today, definitely. So
awesome. Yay. Well, we want to thank everybody for joining us. And please visit TTRandnetworking.com for all our notes from our show today.
Okay.
Also,
actually,
please leave us
let's just real quick. TTRandnetworking.com probably isn't going to have the notes, but you can go to get our shows. Our shows will be on that website. So you will be able, and then the notes will be in the show. And if they don't, they can reach out to us and we'll get it. But I just want to make sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, TTR Networking, and Ryan is one of our proud members of our Westfield group. So sorry, Dawn, I didn't mean to, or Nicole. Dawn is with collaborating, and you and I are north. Okay, take it away, Nicole, if you can figure out where I just butted.
Yeah, no, that's good. We got to put them to the right. Right spot. And then don't forget to grab your free card on us when you visit sendoutcards.com/thankful single mama. We look forward to many more conversations to come. Until next time, may your days be filled with authenticity.
Yes.
Thank
you,
Yay.
Ryan. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ryan.
Everybody
Thank you.
take care. Have a great
you.